Well, good afternoon. We are Team Miracle Workers here at BBus Financial Advisor. My name is Neil Daniels.
Good afternoon. My name is Andy Delancey.
Hello to you, and my name is Cameron Deloney. I'd like to propose a question to you. What's more exciting than investing in a new company? Well, I'd say the answer is investing in a new company that you can be confident will provide income for you through strong dividend yields. Also, in a company who has strong financials and a solid position in the market. Today, we will be proposing 3 possible companies to invest in, all of which meet your investment criteria of being conservative and adding diversification to your portfolio. These companies are Microsoft, 3M, and ExxonMobil. We here at Team Miracle Workers want to make sure that your $50,000 investment gets put to good use.
So let's get started. Our first company is Microsoft Corporation. Microsoft operates under the business, software, and services industry under the technology sector. Its current price per share is about $50, which would allow you to invest your $50,000 in around 1,000 shares of stock. It has a net profit margin of 25.45%, and net profit margin is basically how much out of every dollar a company actually keeps in earnings. Lastly, its dividend yield is 2.5%, and dividend yield tells you how much a company pays out in dividends relative to its share price.
Now 3M. 3M is a technology industry who focuses on industrial equipment and safety, graphics, electronics and energy, healthcare, and consumer sector. Now let's take a look at the numbers. 3M has a dividend yield of 2.49%. It has a current price per share of $158.74, meaning that if you invest your $50,000, you can get about a little bit over 300 shares of stocks. And it also has a cash reserve of $2.58 billion, meaning that 3M is able to continue to pay out its dividends and also continue to grow for the years to come.
Next is ExxonMobil. And Exxon competes in the major integrated oil and gas industry in the basic materials sector. At a price of $95.94, Mr. Rodriguez could buy a little over 500 shares. And looking at the numbers, ExxonMobil's dividend yield is 2.9%, which I'd like to point out is higher than any of the rest of the companies. And another highlight is that their debt-to-equity ratio is 13.05%, which means relative to the value of the company, ExxonMobil has very little debt.
Now
that concludes the positives of all of these companies, and of course with the positives comes some negatives that we have to address. ExxonMobil, over the past 3 years, if you look at the financial statements, the income statements specifically, one can see that revenues and earnings per share have decreased significantly, which is very bad for the share price and could hurt capital gains.
Yes, and the negatives for 3M is that it has a current ratio of 1.7, meaning that 3M is not in a good position to pay back its current debt obligations.
Lastly, with Microsoft, although its dividend yield is not the highest at 2.5%, its net profit margin of 25% would allow that dividend yield to grow and would also grow its market capitalization, which so happens to be $408 billion. That market capitalization is the second largest in the world, second only to Apple Incorporated. We believe that if you invest your $50,000, you could get about 1,000 shares, and these shares of stock are extremely valuable. They have great liquidity and high profitability, which is why Team Miracle Workers believes that you should invest in Microsoft Corporation.
And here at Team Miracle Workers, we'd like to thank you for your time and consideration.
And if you have any further questions, you can give us a call at 631-555-1234, or you can shoot us an email at miracleworkers@b300fa.com.
And remember,
the miracle is in you.